Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham, Chapter 43. Description of Anagha Lakshmi, the Vaishnava Maya of Sripada. Sri Bhaskara Shastri, after completing his worship for the night, said, Sirs, devoted worship of Sri Vidya is supreme. In fact, Sripada Srivallabha is the embodiment of Maha Saraswati, Maha Lakshmi and Maha Kali. I said, Sir, Sripada is called an incarnation of Sri Padmavati Venkateshwara. You were telling me that he is also the three mothers. He is also described as being accompanied with Anagha Lakshmi. I do not understand anything. Kindly explain in detail the cosmic form of Sripada. Sri Bhaskara Shastri said, Sirs, it is said that God is there in all living beings. It is said that He pervades everything from an ant up to Parabrahma. He is immanent in all creation in the form of creation. It means that He is in the consciousness of all living organisms. That is the speciality of this incarnation. Even though He exists as all living being in this creation, His touch will not be explained by them. That is nothing but His Vaishnava Maya. He would say that one should respect the religions, limits and the rules related to them. When we say that He is in the form of Maha Saraswati, Maha Lakshmi and Maha Kali, it means that He is in that consciousness well expressed itself in those forms. Through His Yogamaya, He is constantly identified with these entities. When He identifies with the consciousness of Mahasaraswati, He will also be in a state of oneness with the related four-faced Brahma. Nevertheless, He will not have any link of touch with either Mahasaraswati or with Hiranyagarbha forms. It is mentioned that a single Atma emerges in 4 or 5 masculine forms. The Shakti principle of that Atma may be born in 4 or 5 feminine forms. The relation between one male form and one female form is described by fate and its limitations should be followed strictly. In the same way, He is Anagha, accompanied with Anagha Lakshmi. That is His form of Ardhanarishwara. However, in the form of Sripada Srivallabha, He is in the form of a hermit. He enjoys that the relations and limitations of the form with attributes are to be strictly followed. This is a substell of dharma. Dharma is different. Substell dharma is different. To shower His divine grace abundantly, He exists in the form of creation. Since He is in a state of identification with the creation, it will mean that the progress of the human will be altered. Sripada is observed in japa meditation and penance. He will not keep the result of his penance for himself. He donates it to the entire creation. He uses the fruit of his penance for saving his devotees from sorrow and diseases and releases them from shackles of karma. The 4 forms of Jagannmata, Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Raja Rajeshwari got manifested for the revelation of divinity and for the administration of the universe. Amba has 3 levels: transcendental level, universal level, individual level. Prior to the actual creation, Parashakti remains in the transcendental level. After attracting infinite relatives of the Paramatma and after their entry into her consciousness, she takes birth as creation of the world. Her work is not completed with creation. She creates all the living beings. She sustains them within her. She enters into them and strengthens them. This is her universal level. The real image of Anagha Lakshmi. At the individual level, she exists as an intermediary between the human personality and the divine nature. That is the secret in the advent of Anagha Lakshmi form. She makes some potencies of her prime nature to incarnate. When the work to be carried out by these potencies is completed, she again attracts them into her prime nature. Without the will of Anagha, Anagha Lakshmi will not do even a small task. She fulfills the will of her Lord. Since she exists as both father and mother in the form of Sripada Srivallabha, grace will be plenty to the devotees of Sripada. Anagha Lakshmi mainly has three planes. The good, wise and happy plane belongs to the Parama state. The worlds here have filled with infinite existence, infinite power and infinite heavenly happiness. The souls in that state live in undescribable perfection and in the changeless oneness. Below is Sachidananda plane. There exists worldly belonging to the comprehensive heavenly consciousness. Anagha Lakshmi dwells in them as Mahashakti of divine consciousness. This world was described in the Vedas as Mahalok. In this world, actions will not meet with failures. In every endeavor, the power of will and wisdom effortlessly attend perception. All experiences there are perfect ocean of bliss. Floods, tides, untruth, pain and miseries cannot enter there. Every form, every move and every experience will be filled with joy. Below this is the plane of ignorance. Ignorance exists in the world. The worlds are filled with mind, life and bodies. All the experiences here are subjected to imperfection, limitation and failure. The glory of Raja Rajeshwari. The consciousness of Mother Raja Rajeshwari is boundless mercy. She considers all as her children. The dark group belong to the Pranayama and Manoyama planes is called Asuras. They have self-control, penance and intelligence. They are arrogant. The dark group belong to the lower Pranayama plane is called Rakshasas. They have terrible and extreme ideas and powers. In the still lower Pranayama plane, other varieties of creatures live. They are called Pichachas and Paramadas. The Maya of Asura can assume any disguise. In fact, Pichachas are not in individuals. They are formation of shapes without mind and desire and greedy wishes. Rakshasas have a strong pranayama state. They do not have mind. They try to endure whatever comes to their sight. The four forms of Asura, Kali, Shamya and Mahakali. Kali, Shamya and other forms are visible to us through pranayama Shakti. Kali is destructive force. She is nature's power of ignorance that chops everything into pieces in the dark and blind struggle. When troubles overwhelm us, however, Mahakali belongs to the higher plane. She generally appears in golden hue. She is direful to Asuras, the Jains, whereas Raja Rajeshwari represent discrimination. Mahakali represent strength and power. In that great mother, the overwhelming ferocious also shines with a great intensity of thoughts, which is necessary for achieving the divine cruelty to destroy every obstacle that comes in the way. That which resides in Kali Shakti proceeds with terrible speed and will not keep quiet till we set our foot on God Himself. It will stop with quarrel and destruction. However, Mahakali is different. When we come across the obstacles beyond our capacity, the force hindering our process become dominant. The devotee should evoke the Mahakali Shakti into himself. The forms of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati and the level of spiritual aspirant. The Mahalakshmi is filled with radiance of beauty. To achieve the power of discrimination and strength, beauty is required. It means that without it, perfections cannot be achieved. Regardlessly of our own estimate of our achievement, it means that at some level a sort of equilibrium state will be found. We feel that it is perfection in that state. But if we go to the higher level, we will come across some new powers and new situations. A fresh state of equilibrium to suit them will be formed. In that state, a completeness or perfection is formed. Therefore, Mahalakshmi is a symbol of complete perfection. If perfection is achieved in discrimination but not in strength, it cannot be called perfect fulfillment. Therefore, at complete perfection, four features prevail with their respective appropriate shares. It means discrimination, strength, beauty, and completeness. Amicability between divinity and beauty is a mystery that cannot be known to man. This beauty is spread all over the universe. Only by the grace of Mahalakshmi, so many articles, forces, and living beings of infinite variety meet each other. All will then become unfined. The state of oneness gives happiness. Mahalakshmi molds the different articles, forces, and living beings as her form and types. Mahalakshmi is the presiding deity of great love and bliss. However, Lakshmi represents only the collection of material objects. Mahalakshmi is a great power that shapes material objects, physical forces, and earthly being into harmonious divine bliss, and thus bestows divine life. But the power of Anagha Lakshmi is to function fully. One should have skills also in addition to discrimination, strength, and beauty. Vedas mention about Mother Saraswati. She is called Udgita in Upanishad. She is called Matangi in Dasha Mahavidyas. She is connected with Vaikhari Vak. However, Mahasaraswati is different. She represents divine anxiety and actions of the consciousness of the soul. But mercy of this great mother will attain efficiency in conducting activities and will know how to use the divine knowledge. When we learn how to apply consciousness of the soul to the life, we will know how happiness can be derived by coordination of many powers, utmost care in all the things that are far away from transformation and perfection, even in small matters, belong to Mahasaraswati. My dear, bliss is a matter related to the Supreme Lord, Parameshwara, but a yogi experiences aesthetic. One who has no desires get pleasure. Comfort is within the reach of all, but sorrow is also accompanies with unavailability. Form of Anagha Devi and Anagha. Lakshmi Devi is the form of Sri Anagha Devi. She possesses all the qualities of Raja, Rajeshwari, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, and Mahasaraswati. Sri Anagha form is that of Vishnu. She got the characters from Parameshwara and the Trinity. Therefore, the worship of Anagha along with Anagha, Sri Anagha Devi confers all-round well-being. Anaghashtami Vrata should be performed by all Datta devotees. As performing Anaghashtami Vrata, you will attain auspicious things. The greatness of Sripada and the greatness of Datta devotion. My dear Anagha, along with Sri Anagha Devi, incarnated on the earth in the form of Sripada Srivallabha. He is very close to the consciousness of all living being physically, mentally, and spiritually. He is Samatragni. That means he responds immediately when called. He is omnipotent to remove the troubles and losses of all devotees and dependents and grants them comfort in this world as well as in other worlds. The result of derived and worshipping of Dasha Mahavidyas will immediately received by worshipping Datta, who has incarnated in form of Sripada Srivallabha. One certainly gets good results by worshipping different deities, but by worshipping Datta, one gets such results immediately. This is possible because Datta is a combination form of all deities. He is the incarnations of all four yugas. He is the glorious incarnation without an end. The glory of Sripada Charithamrutham. My dear Shankar Bhatt, this great sacred book, Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham, written by you, will also be studied by great yogis and great persons. They will try to understand it with the help of the grammar of Sandhya language. The yogic experience derived by them will be strange. If men in the physical plane make a devoted reading of Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham, they will obtain comfort and auspicious developments of this world and the other worlds as well. Every letter in this book is true. Every letter in this is filled with yogic power. Every letter is endowed with the power of seed letters. In whichever language the devoted reading of this holy book is made, the same kind of result is granted. It is the letter form of great Lord. Here we come to end of Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham chapter 43. Om Sai Ram.